What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. All right, big stream tonight, as you would expect. It is Friday, the 16th of January. Here we go then. Lots to get into tonight, lots to talk about, some very important charts. And also, we need to make sure you guys are sharing this out because my videos underperformed today. Already TikTok looked like it's way underperforming. I think the official social media people that must control everything, they're like, yep, not tonight. No one's going to watch your videos. No one cares about your face. Everyone's just like, nope, don't watch him. He's an absolute chopper. So I don't know what's going on. I just think the sentiment is in the gutter when it comes to cryptocurrency, which tells me that the upside momentum may just be about to land with us. So anyway, with all of that. So yeah, hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good Friday. Like I said, we got some decent bits to get into. We'll take a look at the charts tonight. We're going to be looking at what is the most important level for Bitcoin. The mini go or no go, I think is kind of where we are right now. And the charts look pretty crazy. Now, some people may even go, well, hold on a minute, 2-bit. It already has broke the number you're looking for. Maybe. All right, maybe. But we'll get into that. And we need to, as a community, try and push Bitcoin green while we're live. So if you have got a couple of milli just sitting around, go buy some Bitcoin. That'd be great. But anyway, we're going to get into that. We don't really have much more of a plan, if I'm honest, tonight. I thought we'd just kind of hang out. Just talk about what's going on, get a view on everything. And yeah, just kind of hang out. So forgive me if you wanted a fully refined and polished episode tonight because I don't have it for you. But what I do have is some really important stuff on the charts, which we need to take a look at. What's happening in commodities and all the rest of it. All right. So do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, all that good stuff. Let's bring it up on the screen. Here we go. Then Bitcoin right now. And TikTok, you can come with us as well. And you guys can come over and see what's going on as well. So let me just stick you there so you can see. Let me just yeet the charts up so that TikTok, you can officially see the chart as well. There you go. Look, let me just reposition you. There you are. Perfect. All right. Perfect, everybody. So everybody's locked in. Now, the title of the stream tonight was Crypto at Breaking Point. This level is going to be critical. And what's interesting here is this level we already have. So we drew this level on there last night, and it's probably a little bit bigger in fairness. It's probably a bit more of a remove of this particular box here. So if I was going to, because we broke this was key price area, but I feel like we've moved up. You'd sort of be in a world of saying, what does this look like? It's probably something like that. And I could probably then get rid of that and say, well, actually, this is probably the key area of support that we're looking for. This break above, this move with momentum here on the 4-hour chart. And the reason why we started the 4-hour chart is we're looking for trend. Now, what's interesting is, obviously, we had a nice little rally through the course of the early part of the week. If we're looking here on a weekly, I mean, this cup and handle pattern is pretty insane if you ask me. But anyway, so we had a nice little run up here at the early part of the week, topping out at around 97,800, rejected to the downside. And we haven't really done anything until now, until this morning, which was interesting because we actually dumped into today. So Asia came out and dumped, US dumped. Everyone kind of just said, no, I'm not bothered about Bitcoin anymore. I don't particularly care about crypto either. I'm just going to dump everything. But the lower end of this support has come in as a pretty big deal. Hi, bro. How's your day? It's me, your 3am Indian guy subscriber who waits daily for you to come online. Happy weekend, bro. Behave, man. What's going on, brother? Welcome in. Appreciate you waiting up. Appreciate you waiting up. Never miss a stream. Just keeps driving. What's going on, Viva La Bacon? Good to see you, man. Welcome, everybody. I appreciate you guys. So, yeah, the very critical level here that we currently have bounced off it. And, don't have to take my word for it. Look at this. Look at this movement here on the hourly chart. And again, remember, we're looking for patterns. We're looking for where the market's taken us. And we're equally looking for signals that are telling us that our decisions, how we're reading the charts, are telling us that we're either on track or not. And what you can see here is the bottom of this range. And you'd say, well, hold on a minute too, but you just put it on that. Yeah, but my white trend line was there, all right? So it's fine. But what we can see here is this is a key level. Also, we can say, well, if we respect the 20-day EMA, which is the big yellow line here going across the screen, that generally we see momentum to the upside. When we break down below the 20-day EMA on the on the 1 hour, we can generally, assess this is a bearish move. Now, what has happened is in literally the last hour, we have broke this trend line. And obviously we're going to flick into 9 o'clock in just a minute, which will turn this green, which will actually be a nice little break up to the upside here. So we're about to flick into a new candle. What we don't want to do is see this dump. But we can see there that we're breaking the 20-day. So it's a critical moment. Like, you could almost rewrite the bull market on this live stream. Like, that's how crazy it is, I think. And again, lots can happen. Things can change, all of that kind of stuff. But right now, this for me is a really, really important point and could define the rest of the market. Now, people would say, well, 2bit, come on. Given what's going on, why would you be so bearish or bullish based on this particular line? Well, we got some pretty interesting news, which we'll talk on later on, particularly the Federal Reserve new chair, or who that could be. And you obviously had lots of talk of Greenland and all sorts of crazy stuff today. So it's been a pretty wild day in the macro side of the economy as well, which I think is also pretty interesting. But this for me is going to be really key. And you can work through the timeline. So the 4-hour chart, this holds up pretty much perfectly on here. The 12-hour chart, again, going all the way back to where we wicked up here at 94.5 back on Wednesday. What's interesting, look at this push down we got here. We actually wicked down to 94,287 on that news around the Federal Reserve chair. Why? Because Kevin Washed isn't probably the best idea for the Federal Reserve chair. However, you know, it's Trump's decision, etc. So, you know, the fact that we've come down here. Now, you could even go higher and say, well, the daily was also pretty bullish. The 3-day looks pretty optimistic of that line. And obviously the weekly, we are still printing. I'm still looking for a close above around 95,500 here on the weekly candle. Now, bear in mind, we've got 2 days, 3 hours. Obviously, we'll be streaming on Sunday as well, but these are where we're looking for. But in the short term, based on what we are seeing right now, this was a nice bounce off the lower support. Held the support, and we're now starting to print back to the upside. So we want to see this continue to the upside. We want to see this try to push more, and we want to see, obviously, the altcoin markets coming with us. And I'll talk a little bit about where I sort of get to with some of these. Other thing to note, by the way, that happened today, I don't know if you guys saw it, but silver, is the bubble bursting with silver? Let's hope so. Because if the bubble's bursting with silver, then we might be in a little bit of a better place, that we could see a little bit more optimism returning to this markets. Let's hear some good news today. Everyone knew the Clarity Act would be put off until late 2026. Even then, we need to have some sense of urgency. Yeah, I mean, I've heard there's been conversations happening today about it. But I didn't really I don't think there was a lot that came out, in fairness. What's good on Beebs? Good to see him on. Aiden says, this week was supposed to be a good week. What did we get? Yeah, I know, sweet FA. Sweet FA. I mean, it does feel like that as well. Everyone knew, really. Well, I mean, I don't know if everyone knew it was going to be delayed. I think everyone was marginally anticipating some bad news. Let's call it that, all right? Marginally anticipating maybe it didn't quite go as well as we all expected. But I don't think anyone was in a world of they won't vote. Similar to the tariff situation. It was a bit like, well, you know, I don't think anyone was like, oh, they probably won't vote, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, we'll see kind of where it goes. I've just brought the order book here so we can keep an eye on what's going on. These are obviously futures contracts. See if we can get some big futures contracts and obviously those spot buys coming in. Less likely here. But I think what is worth noting, though, here on the spot market is our volume and liquidity. So i.e. the sell orders are pretty minimal. So I think a breakup of 95,600, 95,700 actually could see us rally. A breakup of 96 would actually be pretty bullish, all right? That would be very bullish, actually. Close the day, would show some real conviction late on in the market. And what I can say, or certainly what I feel like saying is, markets feel like they want to push a little bit higher right now. I mean, look at some of the altcoins. You got Zebex 6%. You got Algo starting to move again, which is kind of good news. We talked about this in the Discord as well. I actually posted this in the Discord and said, look, these are some of the key things we're looking for, particularly on price action. Canton Network did dump. So if you were here last night, I said, look, watch out for Canton Network. I think we get an opportunity to get in a little bit lower. We didn't come down. I thought maybe we come down and retest the 50-week moving average or the 50-day moving average, but didn't. But Canton, I'm definitely watching as a potential spot buy. But we did say, look out, we could get a push down here on Canton Network. So again, hopefully you didn't buy into that. Likewise, we said, look, XMR, great opportunity to short this as well, obviously after its insane move. If you remember, we touched on this yesterday and said, hey, momentum is downtrending here with XMR, as I think people are rotating into a little bit more stable, a little bit more optimistic. What is worth noting, though, by the way, memes started to move. Pun continues to push. Bonk up around 2%. You know, and generally speaking, memes moving sort of tells a couple of things. So the charts are really interesting right now. We want to see a little bit further push here on BTC. I would like to see this back, I said, back above 96. But for me, this critical move followed by upward momentum. We don't want to see this price coming back down and retesting this just yet. We want to probably break above here. 96,000 would confirm, in my opinion, a nice little further push to the upside. And I think that's kind of what we're looking for. And we'll keep an eye on any of these bigger purchases coming in. We may just get this influx, we may not. All right. So we'll touch on kind of what that looks like. So I thought it was worthwhile double down on the global crypto market cap, because we don't do that. Remember, we used to do it every single show. We would like go through the whole thing and be like, oh, I wonder what's going on in the total market cap. Well, we didn't do it. I don't profess to do it right now, but 50 on the fear and greed. We are literally at a 50-50 zone as well, like 50-50 zone. So, you know, this is kind of an important measure as well for us. So there's lots of things happening right now. Lots of things happening right now, which is great. Oh, look at this. What timing as well. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Oh, what have we got here? Oh, yeah. Look at this. This is cool. All right, cool. Here we go. Look, just dead quick. So there is a exclusive 2-bit crypto campaign with Bitunix. Link in the description or our Discord. In fact, I need to just do this, and change that. There we go. What is it? So net deposit 100 plus 1 trade, you get $50 back, 50%. Holy crap, nice. There is a volume campaign. So if you trade $1 million, you get $200 back. Each user will only get 1 reward. The highest trading volume will be counted after the campaign. There you go. Look. If you're interested, deposit and trade to win. There you go. Bitunix coming in fresh right now with a brand new offer just for the 2-bit crypto community. So definitely check that link out. And if you're interested in trading cryptocurrency, get on with it. Bullish. All right. Great news, eh? Great news. Get it, Bitunix. All right. Cool. Let's keep an eye on that. So total cryptocurrency market cap, FYI. Here we are. Look at a, what are we at right now? Man, I can't even think. $3.22 trillion. All right. Which is kind of good news as well. So yeah, oh, here we are. They've sent me that the official leaflet. So you deposit and trade $100, you get 50 back. So 50% and trade once, and trade and win. Trade volume at 10K gets you 10, 50 at 20, 300K gets you 60. Each user will only get 1 reward from the 17th to the 31st. Nice. Awesome. There you go. All right, perfect. So you can check that out. But yeah, look at this. Let's have a look and see what the best performing coin of today. Story IP, man, I talked about that ages ago. Pump funds up there as well. Pretty interesting. Dash is going crazy. It's up 136% in the last 7 days. Dash. Hell. Crazy. Bonks up there as well, which is kind of nice. Litecoin, Aave. That's interesting. Aave actually still moving a little bit up there. Render's in there. EtherFi, Pudgy Penguin. Someone was asking about that the other night. That's pretty bullish. H-bar, talked about H-bar the other night. We set that trade up in the Discord as well. It is actually below that now, but we closed those trades out. Will there be financial up as well? So Ondo starting to move. So it does feel like the market's just slowly trying to creep a little further forward. Hopefully this might signal a little bit more momentum in this market. A little bit more optimism is kind of where we want to get to. But we'll double back down on the charts here and just kind of get a bit more of a flavor, a bit more of a view as to where we are. But 95,500, break above 96. That's what we're looking for. I think that would be good on a daily close, certainly for the price of Bitcoin after having that particular push down we've got. So the big one, why, oh why, is silver dumping? This could signal rotation of capital, as we all want. We all want people to sell silver and get into Bitcoin. People are a little bit nervous given the fact there is a potential new Fed chair coming down, etc. But what we see here is retail investors continue to buy the largest physical-backed silver ETF for 169 consecutive days, right? So people are still crazy about silver. Over the last 30 days alone, silver-linked ETFs have attached a record $921.8 million. Casey, what's going on, buddy? Welcome in. Thanks for the repost, my man. Retail buying activity on silver is now 2.1 times the 3-month moving average. So people are still FOMOing silver, but this is the point. Excuse me. This is the point. You got to understand. People are FOMOing silver, but who's not FOMOing silver? The institutions are selling. And interestingly, they're now buying Bitcoin as well. But yeah, as a result, cumulative retail buying has now surpassed the peaks of 2021. So silver is still going absolutely wild, particularly at an institutional level. But the core commodity, it's dumping. Now, not super crazy. And, you know, if you're a silver maxi, you'd be like, you are absolutely out of your mind. Like, look at it. What are you talking about? Silver's fine. It's fine, 2-bit. Stop talking nonsense. However, what you'll notice here is we've had a bearish cross here on the 1 hour, the 20-day exponential moving average dropping below the 50, telling us momentum is going down here on the hourly candles. 4 hour, not so much, still probably pretty bullish, and actually probably still at a key range. However, lose this, you could be retesting 85 at the blink of an eye. Maybe even by the end of the weekend, silver futures are down 3.5%. So we're looking for a potential push down. Are we about to see capital rotate? I was listening to something this morning and it said silver is definitely allegedly in a bubble and this thing's going to burst. A little bit like AI narrative that's kind of cooled down. Trump obviously telling everybody that they've got to build their own power and do all sorts of crazy stuff. So the AI bubble has slowed a little bit. But yeah, the silver, interesting enough, could certainly signal a nice move. You've also got oil literally dumping like it's a meme coin, which is hilarious. And you got the Russell taking a bit of a cool off, but holding up pretty well. Once again, telling us there is an appetite a little bit here for risk assets. Topped up the H bar today, Sleeping Giant. Flying under the radar, nice. And topped up on Canton, nice, Daniel. Yeah, we took a trade on H-bar the other day. It's actually turned out pretty well, in fairness. What I do know is I don't short the market very well, so I'm not shorting. And now we're looking for potential trade opportunities. Again, especially if you want to grab that Bitunix new offer coming up in a couple of hours, that could be pretty bullish. So, yeah, we're looking for any sort of breakout trades on a couple of these coins. That's what I'm looking for. And like I said, definitely looking good here on BTC if we can continue this push to the upside. Okay, so when it comes back to Bitcoin, what's been going on? Well, look at this. Bitcoin short-term holders have flipped from losses to profits. We said this the other day, a signal often seen near local tops according to CryptoQuant. So the rumor here is now that the short-term P&L in the last 24 hours, people are in profit. So you could see some profit taking. We need to be mindful of that. Local tops, the most recent high, not all-time highs, not, where we kind of sit in this momentum move, but local tops, as high as we've been, right? So this could indicate that we are going to see some sell pressure. Might already see that we've seen some sell pressure. But then I think if we break through that sell pressure, you can probably see that in the order book. You've definitely got a bit here building on the spot market. Not super crazy amounts, but you got a little bit here, but then nothing after that. Probably triggers that people think, hey, we're probably not going to go lower than 95.7. Wow, did that just get wiped out? Oh no, 95.5. So we saw a little bit of a push down the price. Man, I just got confused then. No US stock market open on Monday. Federal holiday. Of course there is. They're always off. Short 2-bit. Yeah, no, if I short the market, it'll skyrocket though, DG. That's the problem. If I short this, it'll go to the moon. So I probably should short it for everyone else's sake. Short the market. Go it 2-bit. Zebec expanded its payroll system by integrating Worldbit Financial. Yeah, I saw that, and that's why Zebec's up 6% in an interesting day. But like I said, that's a definite view. So short-term holders could see some profit taken over the next sort of 24 hours. We'll have to see. I have seen a load. Once again, what's important to reference here, by the way, ETF institutions are still buying the dip. They're buying the dip like Bitcoin's running out. Like, I'm not even joking, you guys. Like, it is literally being bought like crazy. Look at BlackRock again, 2 hours ago, buying billions. Well, it's not billions, actually. It's like, it's a fair old chunk. Look at this. They bought a ton of Ethereum. They bought 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 82. About $300 million worth of Bitcoin, right? That's what BlackRock did. Bank Derby tomorrow. Yeah, I need to go that way as well. 12:30 kickoff, isn't it? But, BlackRock are buying more. They have become, yet again, insatiable buyers of Bitcoin, right? Good. Like, we need them to get back buying Bitcoin again because, for the longest time we haven't seen this. It's all been a bit cat and mouse. Everyone's a bit like, should I buy? Should I wait? I think a lot of people are looking for confirmation of bias. Whether we get it is going to be a debate. And then whether people stick to that bias as well. I think for me, if we get a break above some of these key lines that we've been talking about, then great. I still want to see the 2-bit crypto go or no go bull market indicator to get past. That's what I'm looking for. And that line is at $99,000. So we've still got a bit more to go yet. BTC, yeah, we looked at it yesterday. It's like 1,600 Bitcoin to sell through that wall. Obviously, that'll change as we get a little bit nearer to it. But yeah, it is worth noting on that point. But once again, you can see here massive amounts of buying here for BlackRock. And then you double it down on the ETF, by the way. So we got another 100 million tomorrow. 100 million yesterday. Bring it into ETFs for the flows today. Another big day. We can see that in the actual wallets, but actually broader ETF markets. Some are sitting tight, some are holding, but generally speaking, some pretty good buys out there. You can see exactly what's happening there. So institutions are bullish. They are buying the dip, or their customers are buying the dip. Do you see BTC 140k before 70k? Not at the minute. Not at the minute. And I let me tell you why. Until we break my Bitcoin bull market go or no goes on, I have to remain bearish. If I don't remain bearish, I'm basically invalidating my own thesis, which when you get into that place, that's when you don't sell or you don't take profits or you make bad decisions. So my thesis still says we are slightly bearish, but I need to see some of these breaks. So let's say, for example, we close above 96,000 tonight. The weekly close at 96, in my opinion, gives us some momentum. That would be like, hey, that's a pretty good close. We then break some of this key support range. Then we'll say, well, okay, what's the next retest? Well, could the retest be 99,100K? Well, if we break that, you're talking probably 2,000 Bitcoin to get ourselves above that. If we get through that, then all right, coolio. We may allow ourselves to be a little bit more optimistic of where it's going to go. The big one for me will be who is going to be the Fed chair, because Kevin Warsh, I don't think is a good idea personally. Now, if you have been in this market for a while, you know that this is ultimately just a massive 4D chess game in which we are unfortunately the frontline pawns. So, you know, is Trump playing complete 4D chess with Kevin Hassett? Like, oh, Kevin, I need to keep you where you are, doing a great job. But actually, he's probably the better pick. Kevin Warsh is not a good pick, I don't think, for the Fed Reserve chair. DG says 75K incoming. Oh, Daniel, get out of here, bro. We don't want people like you. Or Stephen Myron. I mean, maybe. I don't think he's even in the running for it. But yeah, Hassett would be probably an okay pick. Kevin Warsh, I don't think. And it goes back to, I think, the last recession. He was just like, oh my God, it's really bad, and just didn't do anything, was voting for all sorts of crazy stuff. But, you know, again, this is kind of 4D chess from Trump, isn't it? He may attack Iran, yeah. I mean, who the hell knows? Could be wild. 100K Monday. Apple user, absolutely macro bullish. Love it. Prawns, pawns, I don't know. They're both pretty low on the food chain. I mean, if you're eating pawns, that might be a bit weird, Craig. But anyway, so like we said, definitely some institutional demand coming in. Definitely some consistent institutional demand coming in as well. Can WIF get back to $1? I mean, yeah, I think so. The question, the debate right now is, because loads of people ask me about coins every night. My stance is kind of clear. Do you believe the bull market is still going to come? And if you do, then you're like, hey, price targets I had on some of these coins are probably marginally undervalued, because you would argue you're going way high. If, however, you sit on the other side and you go, it's over, boys. Like, we've missed it. And as much as we're all praying and hoping that it's going to go higher, the fact of the matter is it's not. And that way you would say, well, no, it's not going to get back to $1. So I know that's literally a way of deflecting that question entirely, but that's my view. D says, Bitcoin all-time high set for this run. You reckon it's 125K back in October? If that is the case, that means I was literally, what did I say? And so I was 2 weeks out. I just didn't listen to myself. I would literally have made myself 2 weeks out from calling the all-time high on Bitcoin. 2 weeks, which would be bullish. What's going on, Cryptovarious? Good to see you, man. Welcome. And Zebek is pumping. Yeah, a little bit. 920 is the low before we keep moving. Let's hope so, Leo. Yeah, fingers crossed. Myron would be an interesting pick. I actually think Myron's okay, you know. Do you think we will start another big run or just a retracement for further lows? I mean, at the minute, this is the thing where I sit right now. At the minute, we need to see it break some solid support and resistance lines. I'm not doing anything unless we break 100K. That's my view, right? Break 100K with volume support, with sentiment. Not just breaking 100K because, you know, I don't know, Wintermute decided to push us over there, but there's some of the key things we need to see. As it stands right now, if you were saying to me, Tubit, give me an answer, I would say momentum is with us on a very short-term basis. That's where I would get to. And this run could be invalidated in no time at all. I mean, we're on the 4 hour. We literally clung on to this price action like someone who really, really, really needs a poo, and they just made it to the toilet. That's how close we got on that. That could have invalidated it, retested the 50-week and the 50-day EMA. See you later, right? That's where I'm at. We can hit 98.6 before dump, though. That's true, and that's why my line's here. That's why my line's at 99,200, and I want to see a clean. I don't mind if we come in, retest it, break, whatever it is, right? These are kind of what I want to see that goes in. Now, what is worth noting there, and when you think about kind of some of the stuff, and I don't know if many of you guys caught my video, the Clarity Act or the market structure bill that got delayed. Did you know the Federal Reserve had an opinion on it? And actually the Federal Reserve came out and said, hey, if you pass this stablecoin stuff, well, you might be heading in for a bit of a problem, right? You might be heading in for the fact that banks, well, they can't provide liquidity, and this is going to be a definite problem. So the Fed actually came out on that, which I thought was super interesting, and probably is a reason why everyone got a little bit spooked on it, right? But they essentially have come out and said, okay, we probably need to be mindful of this. And we certainly don't support a mass exodus into stablecoins which I think is kind of where a lot of people kind of got a view, by the way, which I think is important to reference. So this market structure bill, we heard there was some discussions today. I don't think there's a lot going on, if I'm dead honest, but hey, it is what it is. We get the big pullback to 80 during the government shutdown at the end of the month. Ooh, government shutdown. See, I just don't think it's going to happen. I'm not seeing anything. Yeah, sorry to Matty. I don't see anything that's going to tell me there's a government shutdown coming. I just don't see it at the minute. Surely a supply shock of BTC soon. TJ, we probably need a bit more momentum, if I'm honest, really. Banks under threat, they need to... Yeah, exactly, yeah. I mean, that's the big bit of the market structure bill, isn't it? The banks are potentially going to lose out, but yeah, we'll see. Anyway, this is what we're looking for a break on BTC. And, you know, I'm cool if we even get the altcoin market to sort of come with us as well. Like, I'm cool for that as well, which would be good. So let's stay close to it. Now, I don't know if you saw the BitMine announcement. We actually broke this news last night, but look at this. BitMine shareholders voted yes. All proposals have been approved. Okay, what does it mean? The capital flexibility secured, board of directors elected, performance-based executive compensation approved, and staking and treasury strategic full greenlit. BitMine's going wild. $200 million into Beast Games. They're now going to stake even more Ethereum. Tom Lee coming out and said, hey, Ethereum is going to change the world. Like, pretty wild. Like, Tom Lee's macro insanely bullish on ETH. And they bought a load more as well today. So BitMine is the single biggest holder of Ethereum in the world. All right. Pretty interesting. So, yeah, if you're bullish on Ethereum, then, hey, Tom Lee's like... Oh, by the way, I don't know if you've seen this. The BitMine financial statements. Have you seen it? Let's see if we can bring it up really quickly, because it kind of is. I mean, it's not funny at all, but it kind of is at the same time. So if you go to, yeah, look at this. Look at this. So here's the BitMine Technologies recent income statement. Look at this, right? Oh no, operating income. Oh shit. Like minus $5 million. -5 here. You're like, normalized EBITDA. All right, cool. -5 milli. Oh no. Oh shit. The financials are like proper boom shanked, but it's because the price of Ethereum's gone down, hasn't it? Let's just call a spade, all right? And we're not saying that they're going to zero, but yeah. Evening to what's your thoughts on ADA Link and XLM news this week? Pretty bullish, actually. We talked about it yesterday. So yeah, pretty optimistic of where they are, and I think it's not a bad thing. Chainlink, I still think is probably reasonably well undervalued. In my opinion. So, yeah, I mean, it's good news if you ask me. But has it done anything to price? No. And it always seems to come out with this stuff in, like, bad news articles. And it's like, oh, we're super insanely bullish. And, here we go, like a dumperino. Like, oh, God, come on, bro. What the heck? But yeah, at the same time, it's not the worst thing in the world, is it? Not the worst thing in the world, if you were to ask me. So, yeah, can't believe Ripple is backing the bill. I mean, it's wild, isn't it? It's wild. There was a tweet from Brad Garlinghouse. Have I brought it up? Do you know why I think they are backing it to a degree, or why I think they've come out and said, hey, because I think there is a view that they could get some revisions. And I actually did a full video about this, by the way, because you've got to understand, as much as Brian Armstrong is pro cryptocurrency, and you kind of look at him and you go, well, he's on our side. He's one of us. He isn't, right? He's a CEO of a company. Let's just be dead clear about it. So there are elements of what he brought up that I agree with. I don't think the bank should be able to strong arm payments. But at the same time, though, it is only stablecoin yield on exchanges. So if you want to go DeFi, you would be fine. You would get stablecoin yield on DeFi. So I am in a world where I think, yeah, do you know what? It probably is right. And they're probably right to delay it and work through some of this stuff. At the same time, though, you kind of think, well, you know, is Brian Armstrong really about us, right? Really about us? And I broke it down last night in a full video, actually, where I walked through the reasons why Ripple probably were pro for it and why Coinbase aren't. And there are two very different reasons. You know, Coinbase is an exchange. It's already set up. You've got Ripple, who is sort of starting out, don't really have a lot of tokens they need to worry about, and sort of, yeah, get it. So I did... yeah, look, this was kind of where I got to a little bit, which sort of just broke down kind of some key things. So you got already compliant, because Kraken support the bill as well. They're already compliant. Kraken delisted loads of US coins. They've been really strict in terms of listings. When was the last time you saw Kraken listing something? They want exchange consolidation, clear rules. Yeah, Ripple, yeah, XRP legal clarity. It's not security ready for institutions. Coinbase, relisting risk. They've got loads of coins. If you think about it, like Coinbase have been pushing loads of new listings, high compliance costs. They are obviously way more regulated than the rest of the market, and they want to work it through. So I do agree with Brian Armstrong. I don't think the bank should be able to strong arm from a stablecoin yield perspective. But at the same time, I think where people are getting confused and maybe kind of conflated with this is he's still the CEO of a company and he still wants to make that company make money. So, you know, it's not like he's one of the boys and he's like, this is just about the community. Like, it's just, there's a little bit in it. But at the same time, look, we've been so, I guess, in the shadows for so long. It's not the biggest deal in the world, I don't think. Take a little bit more time. The only thing I did here is end of 26, which is freaking insane, really. But hey, Brad said the Clarity Act isn't perfect. Yeah, and it's never going to be. What they need to make sure is that it's adaptable, because at the minute we don't have anything. And for me, this allows what we see in the markets. You see it today, like the market's completely tanked on US Open. We're all back to it. And do you not think it's interesting? While we were working towards the market structure bill going live and a potential vote, the markets were pretty stable. US markets didn't dump the market. Everything was kind of all right. The market structure bill gets delayed. What happens? Literally, we've dumped the market the last 2 days. Dumped it. Like US Open again, dump. So I'm not tinfoil hatting this, but there definitely feels like there's something in there. Can always make amendments after you pass. Exactly. I mean, don't forget, it's got to go through so much stuff yet. That's the insane part about it. It's got to go through so much. Probably even coming back for another vote in the House, vote in the Senate. Like, yeah. Banks will give you an umbrella when the sun shines and take it back when it rains. 100%. 100%. I mean, like I said, a lot of people know my opinion. I am outside of my normal bank account, which my missus runs, in fairness. I don't even have anything to do with it. I am absolutely not in the banking system. I sit within the DeFi and crypto space. And again, that stuff that's going to go in the Discord, highly recommend you join. It's free. Will be all about how to be efficient as we come to tax season, particularly here in the UK. And making sure that when you choose your exchanges and what you're doing, you're being sensible. All right, you got to pay taxes. I'm not saying you can't pay taxes. Let's be clear about that. But you want to make sure you're paying the right amount of tax. That's where I would leave that. So if you're not in the Discord already, get in there. The article and stuff's coming out pretty soon. I do have a bank account. Yeah, I do have a bank account, but I don't have a savings account. I don't have ISAs. I don't have anything that is like if I was to say this, I cannot remember the last time I either went in a bank, used an ATM machine, used a card, can't remember it. Now, clearly I have a bank account, which is essentially what I use to put money in or out of the market. Like, that's what I do. But I used to be in dividend shares, I had savings accounts. I have a pension in the UK, but that's it. Like, everything else, I am 100% in the crypto market. 100% in the crypto market. And the account I have is a joint account with my missus, and she sorts it all out. So I couldn't even tell you what's in it. I couldn't even tell you what card I need to use with it. I have no idea. I just use my phone and it's like, boop, there we are. Perfect. Done. So yeah, because I really don't like the banking system. Don't like it. Bullish on XRP 26, not HMRC 2060. Exactly. I'm thinking Ripple knows if it doesn't pass now, there's a chance it goes on for years with you. Yeah, I mean, definitely possible. But understand this, and I've got a video coming out about this. Trump's going to do everything within his power, and probably some more, to drive the midterm views. So here's my theory, right? Have you not seen that they've wound tariffs back on Taiwan? Taiwan now going to give $500 million investment into the US on semiconductors. So they'll be able to make stuff cheap. Like, you're not going to hear tariffs. You're not going to hear bad news on tariffs. I know he said about tariffing people that are maybe against Greenland and all this kind of stuff, but he's going to absolutely turbocharge this economy. I'm telling you right now, which may be incredibly bullish for stocks. We don't know if that's going to be bullish for crypto. And you've got to understand that there is a very stark difference between the stock market and the crypto market. And that big difference is risk. And I think that's kind of where we are with it. But anyway, we'll come back at the charts and I'll show you a couple of things I'm looking at. Interesting little graph here. Look at this. Nearly half of all Bitcoin is held in self-custody. Let's go. Kind of gives you an idea there of exactly what's going on. That actually most Bitcoin is held in self-custody. Analysts over $1 trillion in BTC. That's 49% is held in self-custody. So not exchanges or custodians, indirect exposure, and then what's left to be mined. Only 5% of the entire supply of Bitcoin left to be mined. I thought it was interesting. Says that there's way more out there. And I mean, don't get me wrong, a lot of this is like Satoshi's wallet, which weirdly, there keeps going to be a thing going around and people are like, oh my God, Satoshi's moved 10 Bitcoin. You're like, no, he hasn't. No, he hasn't, bro. What are you talking about? Wild. People just make stuff up. Who would have thought that, hey? Who would have thought that was a thing? Not me. Not me. Anyway. Good. Alrighty. So yeah, I thought this was interesting, by the way. Right, Bitmine, we've looked at, and yeah, look at this. Long-term holder net position is kind of interesting as well. So Bitcoin only can go higher. Let's hope so, hey? Let's hope so. Long-term holders are still holding on. They've stopped selling. This has flipped now to a net positive position, albeit it's only been about 3 days, but still, we are definitely seeing this momentum start to return back to normality and pushes further to the upside. And that's kind of what we want to see. Pockets being dialed in, buying more Bitcoin. Fingers crossed, all right? Fingers crossed we get there. That's my view, all right? Good. Right, couple of little bits of news. Trump's comments boost the washes as Fed chair. No, get me wash. Not sure we want him. Not sure we want him, but look, it is what it is. Crypto Burns in the house. What's going on, buddy? Welcome in. Welcome in. By the way, just really quickly as well, if any of you guys are in Marbits, have been in Marbits and all the rest of it, then jump into the TG because there is a vote currently going on. So jump in there, by the way, and make sure that you check out what's going on. All right, it's important. There we go. Oops. There we go. Okay, right, yes. Kevin washed. Let's keep an eye on it for sure. Let's keep an eye on it. We don't know if that's going to be good news, bad news, or indifferent news. All right. See where we go with that. All right. But look at this. January 17th, President Trump signaled intentions to retain Kevin Hassett as the National Economic Council Director. Marcus is like, oh my God. And dumped on the back of it. Like I said, though, got to be careful. Like Trump's proven the fact that he's like, yeah, he's 4D chessing this stuff at the minute. He's probably, look out for anyone putting huge amounts of money on Polymarket on Kevin Hassett. If you start seeing it, then you probably want to flip it around because maybe, just maybe, we get this kind of narrative that ends up being a complete, flipperoonie. Because I think, I still think the Iran thing's like definitely on the cards. I did a video about this the other night. I definitely think the Iran thing is on the cards still. I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, Kevin Walsh goes to 59% here on Polymarket with Kevin Hassett now only 16% as a potential, but over $10.5 million in volume currently on Kevin Hassett. So, interesting there if we put, it's a decent return, like $500 gets you $3,000 back if he gets in, just saying. Not advocating for any form of, speculation, let's call it that. Rick Ryder would be all right. Chris Waller would be even better, but yeah, interesting, isn't it? Interesting. Just go for it. Just max port it. Anyway, good. We'll see Kevin Hassett potentially being on there, but yeah, Trump dropping it. Like I said, you can't trust a lot of stuff. Have Zebit made a deal with, apparently, Andrew, yeah, someone was saying that. We'll bring that news up, but yeah, interesting. Looks like it, Craig. Yeah, looks like it. Yeah, I just got your message on X. I agree with Coinbase CEO in regards to banks power grab. The banks need to get better. I don't feel sorry for them. Yeah, 100%. Don't forget the banks will never fail. That's why I'm just not a big fan of them, because their whole ethos and system is designed to take money from you guys, take money from everyone. That's why I don't like it. And I'd way rather be in DeFi. Banks are dying and they know this means sad banks. Well, yeah, that's the thing. Banks could adopt a cryptocurrency strategy. They could support it. Look at JP Morgan. Look at these hedge funds. They're all doing it right now. What was I going to look at? I was going to look at something there. I was going to bring something up. I don't know if it was to do with this or not. Totally lost my train of thought right now. Don't know what it was. Anyway. Yeah, Telegram, Craig, yeah. So yeah, this is the thing. Look, Senate Democrats are serious about crypto bill reboot, as they said in a call with the industry. So the Democrat contingent in negotiations over the US crypto market structure bill back into talks of the bill. They sought to keep details private. So we don't know whether, what, and when, But we obviously know it's been rejected. We'll have to see what happens. But yeah, US Senate Democrats return to negotiations over the best approach to the crypto market structure bill, hosting a Friday call with representatives of the crypto industry, in which lawmakers were strongly engaged over the next steps. I mean, I think it's the traditional ones that you would be like, well, they've said they weren't going to do it, versus, you know, those ones that kind of want to do it. So again, we will see. I think we get it sooner rather than later, to be honest, but I don't know. I don't know what that looks like, but still, I'd rather them be talking about it than not, in my opinion. I think that's kind of good news. All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, let me close a couple of these windows out. Close that, close that, close that, close that. Trump. Close that. Spot markets, we keep an eye on. Price, I mean, struggling just a little bit. Like I said, we do want it to go green. Oh, that was what I was going to look at. The World of It Financial and Zebek News. That was what it was. Zebek Network. Here we go. Casey, what is it? Is it sending? Yeah. Is it actually full sending, Casey? I know you said the other night it was full sending. I have to look at it here. There looks to be liquidity to take out the shorts. I mean, I mean, we're pulling back a little bit now, aren't we? But oh, there we go. Got it. Got it. Oh yeah, nice. It is actually. Yeah, I mean, we talked about this. All right, cool. It's on the move again. BTC Hyper. I mean, this was a big pre-sale as well. Big pre-sale. So, yeah, nice. I mean, that's definitely moving a little bit. Definitely moving a little bit. Is that the right one? I've been in for a while now. Nice. Sol is up too. Yeah, Sol's breaking out as well a little bit. Yeah, Sol's having a decent run. But yeah, I mean, look, that Bitcoin Hyper, like, nice. Nice. Yeah, we did a bit of that. Good. I like it when coins win. I know sometimes we don't get them always right, but it is nice when people do win on them. Don't forget to take those profits though. Important. But yeah, good. I'm glad. Bought heavy about 6 weeks ago. Oh God. I mean, hopefully we get a bit more move up to the upside as well, but yeah, fingers crossed. All right, good. Well, let's stick with the price of BTC. If you guys got any questions, thoughts, opinions, man, we're already 40 minutes. 40 minutes in. Did they airdrop BTC Hyper already? I am not 100% certain. Casey, have you got yours? I think Casey's got his. So, yeah, I'm not sure. Not sure. It's good on those, Shabs. Good to see you, man. Welcome in. Voted. All right, nice. What is the general consensus? So next major catalyst for markets will be the Fed meeting in a couple of weeks. Well, I don't think it's going to be a major catalyst. I don't actually think it's going to be a big thing. If I'm honest, I think it's just going to be. It's still in a pre-sale. I just think it's going to be a bit of a like nothing burger. I mean, the only thing that would push Federal Reserve being bullish is if we were to get some rate cuts. But I mean, I don't see it personally. I mean, 11 days, 21 hours. 95% chance that we're not going to get a rate cut. Flow state on SolScan, hurry up. Flow state. I'll have to take a look. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily think we get anything too crazy, if I'm honest, but the debate will be what would the sentiment be, and the dot plot as well. That could be pretty interesting. So, where's Jerome Powell going to go? I mean, I heard today, by the way, I don't know if you guys heard this as well, that there could be in a world where Jerome Powell could serve as a governor for a little bit. I mean, that's pretty wild if you ask me. Algorand, yeah, Algorand's breaking out a little bit right now on the 15-minute here. But yeah, we talked about Algorand. We actually discussed this the other night. We talked about Algorand. We talked about H-bar. And yeah, they're doing pretty well. A nice little breakout here on some of these coins. So yeah, looks like a nice little breakout. On the 15-minute chart, look at RSI starting to trend up, volume coming in as well. So yeah, H-bar's having a nice little breakout. I mean, you want to be on a slightly bigger time frame, to be honest. And it still needs to break probably the 20-day EMA. But hey, still, that's a decent little move here on H-bar and Algorand as well. 1306 current price. So yeah, nice little break there on Algorand. Like I said, the market for me has been reasonably okay today. If we hadn't got that dump on the back of the Fed news, we'd have probably been way better priced than we are right now. But, you know, it is what it is, isn't it? It is what it is. But yeah, if you guys got any questions, thoughts, opinions, let me know. Drop them in the chat. We'll try and answer the best we can. Maybe you're brand new to cryptocurrency, you're looking for the best place. Well, guess what? You found it. Don't forget, we got a Discord. It's free. Totally free. If you want to get involved in that Discord, check my link in the bio, link in the description, jump in. Again, great community in there. Lots of stuff going on. So get in there. Bullish or Toby, I am optimistic. I think they're two very different things. To be about pulling up Narius. Yeah, let's do it. So I am still, again, I don't want to flip bullish and be like, oh, market's going to the moon, because I think that would invalidate my thesis. My thesis is still, we need to break 99,000, 100K. And then I will be like, okay, you know, it's on. Do you know what I mean? It's on now. And we're sort of not there yet at the minute. We're not there. Is it this one? Yeah. It launched 5 months ago, Tim, right? Narius. I don't even know what this. Volume goes up. Looks like Algorand. Yeah, I mean, Algorand looks like it is having a nice breakout right now. Definitely looks like it's having a nice breakout. Man, Dex Tools is awful at the minute. I don't know what's up with it. I mean, Bitcoin might flip green. I think if Bitcoin flips green, by the way, I think we close green. I think there's definitely some momentum. Look at this building here now. So 40 Bitcoin at 95,600, 100 Bitcoin at 95,700. If we get a bit of a push here, I think Bitcoin flips green, and I think we end the day green. We just got to get over that line. That's what we're looking for. But yeah, like, what is going on with this bloody website? What is this, Tim? What is this, bro? Yeah, Norius Protocol. It's supposed to be good. AI play, but who knows? I mean, yeah, I mean, the AI narrative's huge, isn't it? I mean, it's on a breakout right now. This is what I don't like, though, when you've just got this big wick. So it's like, okay, what is it they're bringing to the party that's going to make them then come back to this? Now, don't forget, coins have done this before and, you know, massively skyrocketed on the back of this. But yeah, I don't know too much about it, in fairness. By the way, if you haven't already, hit the like button. If you could, that would be great. We'd appreciate it. And again, if you're brand new to the channel, consider subscribing. I'm here 6 days a week, breaking the markets down, talk about what's going on, giving you the alpha that you guys need. So again, just do me a quick favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It does help out. And equally, get your comments, start chatting in the chat. Helps us out. You know, live streams like being chatty. If you don't chat, then no one cares. My opinion. It's about to pump it up. Let's go. Abstinence. What's going on, buddy? Welcome in. And maybe it's time for ISO coins. Oh, maybe. Yeah, maybe. I mean, Algorand 2%, H-bar, Aerodrome. I mean, I looked at Aerodrome's staking rewards again the other day, and you're like, bro. When I first started doing on it, it was like 115%, and it's like 8% now. How does dollar cost averaging work? So the best way to think of dollar cost averaging is you are trying to bring down the initial cost you play, the initial cost you get into it. So for example, let's say you buy a coin. Let's say we'll call it coin A, right? It's coin A, right? So I'm going to buy some coin A, and I have $1,000 to buy coin A. So if you just put all your $1,000 in, you buy $1,000. That coin A is $1,000, right? You can't change it. And then you are at the mercy of whether it goes up or down. How you DCA is you buy in when markets potentially are down. You know what they always say, don't buy green candles, buy red candles. So you're buying as a market is declining or a particular coin is declining. So let's say you take that $1,000 and let's say that the price is, $1. So you get 1,000 coins at $1. Let's say you buy $250, right? It then dips to 90 cents. So you buy another $250. It dips to 80 cents. You buy another $250, and then it dips to 70 cents. You buy another $2. Your average price then is $250 at $1, then you get 250 at 90, 250 at 80, 250. So your average then is you bring the total cost down. Your number's relatively the same, $1,000, but you'll have more coins because you've bought at a lower price. That's essentially how you do it. Now, what people tend to do then is, let's say you bought the top, right? Let's say you FOMO'd your ass out because you maybe weren't subscribed to this channel or you weren't supporting here or following on TikTok. You just ported your money in. As the market comes down, people will try and DCA in. The risk is always if the market comes down, you're trying to catch a falling knife and it just continues down and you end up in a bear market with coins that are a sack of crap. In theory, if you buy something like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Sui, top 10s, you're probably going to be right. Multi-cycle coins, you're trying to buy the dip. Essentially, if you think of it this way, I'm trying to accumulate as much for as little, which is why when I think you buy in and buy out, i.e. buy in and sell out, you should absolutely do it in sections. Sell 250 at this price point. So if you've got a market going up, set your sell orders at certain elements rather than just click that. How many times do you buy something and it goes down straight afterwards? That's a way of you can kind of do it like that. What's going on, Fairground? Good to see you, man. I'm living chat Sol going best. What's that say? Going best for all lots, going over 300 this year. I hope so. I like Solana. I mean, we haven't really looked at the chart in a lot of details, but I mean, let's take a look at Solana right now. And again, another coin at a very, very specific point probably is going to play out into some kind of cup and handle pattern, as most of them are right now, by the way, which I think is pretty interesting. The great thing with Solana, 6.4%. You get it with Cointelegraph staking rewards on Phantom Wallet. Bullish. Like, I'll take all that. I actually have now moved all of my Solana out of Coinbase. I don't have any Solana on Coinbase anymore, or AVAX, actually. I moved all. I have some XRP on Coinbase, and then a Near Protocol and a couple of others. Outside of that, I am now off exchanges, which I said I was going to do by the 1st of January, but I didn't. But I am now officially outside of about a couple of $100 of XRP, 100% of exchanges. Like, let's go, baby. That's what it's all about. I'm DeFi to the max. But yeah, anyway, Solana at this critical level right now. Break above this on Sol, we might get a nice little run. You're probably going to get, potentially this kind of breakout, retest maybe the 200 exponential moving average before a bounce to the upside. I think that could play out on Sol. I might leave that there just for the weekend. Let's see how it plays out. But yeah, I like Solana. I think it's got a really good opportunity. And yeah, their ecosystem is thriving again as well, which is nice. I mean, loads of people just put the meme coin narrative at Sol. They're like, well, memes aren't doing anything, but it's a great blockchain, fast, quick. Stablecoin market is booming, by the way, on Solana, which so many people don't even realize, but it is. And then look, again, some really key plays out here in the Fibonacci as well. So we need to break back. You're looking for what? 155 would be a confirmation. You may even want to trade this as a potential break of the 20-day EMA. I mean, you're about to get a bullish cross here. This could signal another move, by the way. So if you get a bullish cross here on the 20-day EMA, it's around 137, then actually we might start to head back to the upside. And Sol may print some nice candles. 148, break above the 100, might be bullish. XRP is baby for Sol. I mean, you could be bullish on both coins if you want. Be bullish on both coins. Will it be head and shoulders on the daily after the pump to 170? I mean, what? Then a retracement coming back down? Yeah, maybe. Beam. I looked at getting Beam ages and ages ago, back probably 18 months ago, and it was doing really well. I don't know too much about the actual protocol usage, if I'm honest, but yeah. Oh, 22%. Let's go. APR on Aerodrome. Let's go, baby. 22%. Beautiful. Look at that. Nice. Go Aerodrome. Man, they're just finally give us a little bit more returns. Ah, it's beautiful. That's triple the returns on them. Nice. Hey, Tommy, can you please check Chili? Oh, come on. Fairground, are you on YouTube as well? Check Chili's. It was one of the most trending coins today I saw. I don't know if you, I mean, obviously Fairground would have seen it, but yeah, it was like a trending coin today. It's wild. Chili's. Who would have thought that, hey? Chili's. Love it. Where's it at right now? Let's have a look. It's at 2%. Yeah, of course. I'm down for looking at Chili's, by the way. Hey, Toby. New here. Can you check Chili's sports time narrative? It's been strong since 21st of November, despite all the dumps, except 110 already this year. FIFA World Cup, which could send it higher. I did actually buy some Chili's, by the way, and it was for the last World Cup. Me and Brian Dowie, I think, bought some, but it ended up being an absolute bag of spanners. It didn't do anything. We thought we kind of played the narrative that maybe there was going to be something about the World Cup, but yeah, it just didn't really work out. What I would say is The chart's terrible, all right? Let's just not kid ourselves. That is an awful chart. From a high of what? 88 cents to where it sits right now, which is, 5 cents. The chart's terrible. However, like a lot of things, look at Monero. Why is Monero pumping? It has a narrative. It has a narrative that's hot right now. Privacy coins. Can Chili's be a big thing when the football kicks? Of course it can. Of course it can. So, would it be a long-term trade? Probably not for me. And it wasn't at the time. We sort of tried to buy the narrative of what was happening with the World Cup. But yeah, it was terrible. Hope it all works out this time. Yeah, I mean, that's true. But, definitely if you are, if you bought the bottom of it, let's say you bought it 3 cents, it's currently at 5. Can a football narrative potentially push it? Yes. Got to be mindful though, if the market rolls over, it's coming straight back down. So, think about that. Think about that. But yeah, good to see you, Toby, by the way. Welcome to the channel. Don't forget, if you're brand new here and you're enjoying what you see, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and yeah, join our free Discord. We'd appreciate you being in there. It's awesome. All sorts of cool stuff. By the way, if you want to get a little bit more access, let's say you are, new and you want a little bit more info, but you want it the touch of a button. You want it to, you just want it to be there. Then don't forget, you can absolutely get into our Discord as a premium member. Just simply grab a channel membership. It's about $6 a month. It's going to get you full access in there. You can see it here, look. Here is our full Discord. It gets you into this. It gets you into the welcome chat where you can speak to me. Some chat requests. We have 2 bots that run in here, which are dead simple. You get trade alerts. These are trade setups that we're looking at. You see the weekly bullish cross here coming in for Bitcoin. We talked about the H-bar trade the other day. Again, that turned out to be a nice one. The Canton trade. So you can get here, look, trade setup potential. If good news comes in, expect severe volatility, but trade for long on the 20-day EMA. Stop loss tight, expect move to the 200. Low margin, low entry on the retest. Again, you can see there just some of our alerts we're setting up, some of the RINs, and again, so you can get that. It's like $6 a month. It's totally worth it. But like I said, we do have a couple of bots that you can track, you can see. So for example, let's say, right, what are some of the trending coins right now? What are some bullish coins I want to take a look at? Well, let's take a look. Literally, you can go in here, whack the bot in. It's going to bring you up Dash up 9%, Hash, Sky, Pump, Litecoin. And you're like, all right, cool. Where's it been for the week? All right, the bot's going to bring you the info up that you need. All right, so you got all of this. What's trending last hour? Maybe I want to try and jump it. Quant looks like it's moving. That then brings you over here and you can trade those coins. You want to get that? It's like $6 a month. All right, dead simple. Go to the bottom of the screen, click the join button. Boo, lucky shaka, you're in. All right. Again, you just join the Discord. It's totally free, by the way. And it gives you access to the general group in which where people are chatting away and Craig's posting things about Shiba Inu. Right. There we go. I don't know what happened to my screen there. Good. How's Canton looking? Like it's a buy opportunity. That's what I would say with Canton. We talked about this the other day. We were looking at it last night. This is definitely a trade that I'm looking at getting set up. Again, I'll post that in the Discord, in the members group, when and if I take a trade. Now, I'm definitely looking for 2 positions on this. Another spot bag, and then I probably will look for a long trade potential. So, I mean, 200 EMA here on the 4-hour could be an indicator that we're going to see a push. Break above 12.8 might be an opportunity to get in on this. Again, momentum is kind of with us right now. I just want to see the overall market continue. So Bitcoin is kind of struggling a little bit, which means we might struggle a little bit more right now. But look, Canton, for me, definitely could be an opportunity for a breakout to the upside, especially given this narrative around privacy coins. XMR is down 5%, could be showing signs of a potential move as well. So a couple of coins here that we're looking at. Again, those trade setups we'll post in that. Can you look at USOR on Solana? Yeah, of course I can. USOR, USOR. USOR up 3.5%. What's this one time? US oil. Is that literally it's called? Right, okay. 9 million market cap, doing what's the volume on it? Doing about just under 1 million, fairness. I mean, I don't know anything about it. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it does. I don't know anything. But I mean, it's interesting. Interesting, up 3.5% on the day. Fair play. United States Oil. Yeah, but it's clearly not the actual United States Oil website. The actual like proper one. It's not a tokenized version of it. That's not great. Is it? Do you know what I mean? The yen. Oh no, not the yen. What is the yen at, by the way? It's always fun to look at the yen. Where's it at? It's up 0.4, Craig. Trade the yen. That chart is like my day. What? I don't even know how to look at that. Don't know how to look at it. It's supposed to be backed by BlackRock. Really? Right, okay. Or the oil reserve one. I mean, maybe. I mean, I can't see it personally. It was launched on Meteora. There's no way BlackRock are backing that. No way on this earth. No way. Someone get me that information. I don't think for a second they are. Not a chance. But, I mean, look, crazy things have happened. But it launched on Meteora. So, I mean, I'm literally looking at it on X now. Yeah, I'm going to bring it up. Up and away. Damn, that yen. So, American oil reserve for digital age tokenized. So they don't have it in their main chat. There's no way this is backed by BlackRock. I mean, I would be incredibly surprised. And if they were, why have they not got it in their main thing? There's nothing on their X page. They've got 4 posts. America's Oil Reserve for digital age here. We're rewarding early believers, giving away $500. There's nothing about BlackRock in here. Unless it's on their website, I guess. But the website doesn't open for me, so. Damn. Fair enough. One time. Port it, bro. Love it. Hey, look, if you can make some gains on it, crack on. That's what I would say. And like I said, sometimes in these markets, you got to take your opportunity. You've got to take your opportunity and make it happen. I mean, like I said, it's got some volume coming in. Holders at 21K is big. That's a big number of holders, actually. 500,000 liquidity. Yeah, fair play. Hopefully you got it at a great price as well. But yeah, I mean, look, if you can make it work, you can make it work. That's my opinion. Oh, look at this. Eric Trump just joined. What's going on, Eric Trump? Hey, Eric, let's line up a live stream. Come on, tell us all about American Bitcoin. I'm dead interested. In fact, Eric, can you live stream from American Bitcoin HQ and come on the channel? By the way, I've got a YouTube channel here that's got nearly 100 people in it as well. So it'd be great to get you on. Come on, Eric. Get involved with us. What's going on, buddy? Welcome in. Craig, the rupees are dropping because Venezuela proximity will be stable. I mean, oil prices were coming down as well with the expectation that we're going to see a pretty significant amount of thing. Next, we'll be getting 2-bit imposters. Yeah, I know. Oh, man. Anyway, right. Where are we at with BTC? Oh, come on. It's struggling to get over this 95,600 line. Hopefully we get it. We don't have the Asian markets to buy tonight, so it might be a little bit quieter, but fingers crossed we'll get there. All right. So again, we're looking at this key line, by the way. Good news, we break it. 2 days left. The weekly close. That's what we're looking for. Bullish momentum here. Could signal the next move. This could be the next big move up. Back here, 24. This is exactly a similar pattern. Look what happened. We roll all the way up. Grindy. Consolidate. Everyone's super hyped. Boo. Goblin Town. Everyone panicked. Below key structure. We then rally back up again. All right. So from that kind of March time into their new all-time highs. Similar pattern. Dumperino. Consolidation. It is absolutely a pivotal moment. If we lose this, we are going to Goblin Town. All right. If we don't, then we could absolutely go to brand new freaking all-time highs. Invite him to the street. I tried. Nice, Casey. Love it, bro. I haven't seen Jim Crane and CZ in a chat for a while. Yeah, unfortunately, we haven't got them. They left me. Oh, no. I've been looking at IOST. It looks really good for RWAs in Japan. IOST. Let's have a look at it. I'm down. I haven't bought any coins for ages. Other than, well, I bought Canton. Did I? No, I didn't. Didn't buy Canton. I traded Canton. I've done way more trading than I've done more trading recently than I've done anything else. Not saying I'm good at trading, by the way, but at this moment in time, I'm 100% success rate. Just saying. I mean, IOST, this one, yeah, $50 million market cap, 6 million volume. I mean, the volume's good. The chart looks terrible though. Are these like OG? If they're OG coins, you got to think, are they really going to move? Yeah, 2018 was its all-time high, and it had lost 2 zeros at that point. I saw Jim in the chat the other day. Did you really? Did I get into Monad? No, not yet. I'm more into the ecosystem of Monad, and I am interested in it. But yeah, I want to see a little bit more ecosystem for Monad yet. But I'm watching it. It's a new coin. All right, okay. Is it like a DeFi place? DeFi. IOST, yeah. Let's have a look. These are all 8 months ago. IOST. No, I can't find it. I can't find it. If it's not that one, then I am a bit more confused. Right, good. I vote no. No one wants to go to Goblin Town, Mark. No one. It's not about going to Goblin Town right now, people. Let me have a look. Another one which has had some strength is, yeah, I talked about Story ages ago, like literally ages ago. And I can't remember the price of it was. It was in one of my altcoin picks the back end of last year. And then it went on an absolute tear. Let me tell you, right? And I called it literally before this pump here. Definitely. When was this pump? Yeah, September 25. I definitely called this. If you are brand new to cryptocurrency, by the way, right? And obviously I'm going to shill my own channel a little bit. I just think people should be subscribed to this channel. People should be watching the channel. Like, we try and break down stuff that's going on in the markets that no one else is looking at. You know, people are like, oh, XRP is going to $50,000. Like, we try and actually break down what can happen, some of the macros that could happen. But yeah, I talked about this. Really good narrative. I liked it. Has obviously had a big sell-off, though, which is a bit disappointing. But yeah, I can't remember what it hit, like 1.6 billion or something. It was pretty wild. My only thing, the couple of things I would look at, especially if you're new, by the way, I don't really patronize it, but if you are new, these would be some things I'm looking at. Volume is in a steep decline here on the 24 hours. So their volume is going down. Their market cap is 957, which actually is up on the day. All right, cool. But this is absolutely, risking Goblin Town. All right. It's risking Goblin Town right now. Descending channel. It's bearish, declining volume. Be really mindful. If they've got some super crazy bullish catalyst that's going to come out, then you're like, oh, let's do it. But at the minute, this definitely looks. And the reason why I say that is it had a nice little run up here over the sort of the last, early part of this week, and then dumped and gave up all of those gains back pretty much. So be mindful. Could end up being absolute Goblin Town. 3 in crypto and still learning. Andrew, every day is a learning day. How long have I been in crypto now? 2017. So where am I at? 6, 7, 8, 9 years. 9 years in cryptocurrency. I'd like a 3-year break though. But yeah. One time says supposed to be Trump wallet to hold the most of USAW. Oh, right. All right. Yeah. So I had a project literally say to me, hey, bro, like, let me tell you, Trump's World Limit Finance hold this, right? Like, well, yeah, I know you can send it to him. You send it to them. Like, shut up, bro. Like, come on, bro. I'd be interested to know which one. The Trump, do they have a Solana wallet? I mean, maybe they do. I find it very difficult to believe, but look, here's my view. If you can make some gains on it, go for it. Zebek and Willow Financial working together. Oh yeah, that's what I was going to look for, wasn't it? Oh, here we are. I didn't know Zach Reactor was like bullish on Zebek. That's interesting. Yeah, so here we go. I've got it here. World Liberty Financial. So USD1 enters everyday payments. Zebek is integrating World Liberty Financial's USD1 across its payroll and card suite, putting on-chain dollars in the pockets of 65,000 workers across the US and globally. So it's probably not a partnership that you may think. They are going to integrate USD1 stablecoin. So yeah. Anyway, for you to look that up. Yeah. Yeah, there is. Oh, come on, BTC. Don't do this to us. Right, let me bring this up. So I need to know which wallet it is, though. That's the thing. Is it Solana World Liberty Financial wallet? Tim? Oh, you're not talking to me, are you? I don't think anyway. I'm running for mayor of Goblin Town. Love it. Love it. Right, World Liberty Financial. Let's see. Do they have a Solana wallet? If they do, then we can check it. Because I feel like they did post their wallets and stuff. Look at the message I sent you on TikTok. It explains. All right, cool. I can't do it now while I'm actually live on TikTok, but where would their wallet numbers be? I just need their wallets. I can try and find it, but World Financial app, community governed, trade, governance, bridge, build, USD1. I'll have a look. But yeah, I think personally, just my opinion, I think they're more likely to have sent it to World Limit Financial, but I don't think we can bring up the actual let me have a look here. 1 second. World Limit Financial. I don't think that we can bring up Solana on their wallet. And it would depend on how big it is, but I think it's all. I don't think. Oh, maybe they do actually. Oh, hold on a minute, Solana. Oh yeah, no. SPSC, One, Sol, and Dream. So the official World Liberty Financial Wallet, it's not in there, unless it's in Trump's personal wallet, which is probably even more insane. But yeah, I mean, we definitely take a look at it, but I don't think it is. 10 out of 10 is officially crypto's Goblin Town days. Don't go to Goblin Town. No, I vote no for Goblin Town. But hey, like I said though, if you can make it work and you can make it pay, then crack on. That's my opinion of it, by the way. That is my opinion. But they don't mention anything on here about it. I don't even know who this is. Cryptophonics. I don't even know who that is. Dina, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Man, Casey sent 300 comments to the live. Let's get it, Casey, you massive legend. Appreciate that, bro. Right, let's close that. Is it gone live yet? Oh, no. 1 hour, 54 minutes. Deposit and trade. Post-event reward. Some futures bonuses. I like this as well. Welcome to Bitunix. Join our newbie bootcamp and complete a few simple tasks and $500 USDT rewards. There you go. Thank Bitunix. That's all that. That's not today. I think it's over a certain time. Yeah, it's still bullish though. You know what I mean? Bullish on you, bro. I vote for Hobgoblin Beer. Yeah, Zebek is still pumping though. Let's have a look. Yeah, I mean 10%. Yeah, it's moving right now. That partnership with World Liberty Financial definitely is doing something. So yeah, shout out to all you guys if you're in it. Definitely. Shout out to you guys if you're in it. Let's hope it goes to the moon. RH, what's going on, buddy? Welcome in. Welcome. If I win this election, it'll be historic and I'll become the first gnome of the mayor of Goblin Town. I hope so. Send us an invite. I'll come to the inauguration for sure. I'll be there. I'll be there. Well, I'll be there. Right. Anyway, where are we at on BTC right now? 95,434. So definitely a little bit Goblin Towny. Not a lot happening right now. And we are, I guess, heading into the weekend. So not a lot going on here. This is the 5-minute chart. Bit of a wick down there, but I mean, it's obviously when you're on the 5 minutes, a bit wild, but let's see. What do you think Bitcoin is doing? Retest looks like manipulation. A little bit. We said this earlier. Interesting. You've got massive institutions buying it. OGs aren't really selling it, but difficult one. Liquidity manipulation, perhaps. But at the same time, I do think you've got this like psychological barrier of any sort of upside momentum. People are like, yep, dump into it, dump into it. What I think is worth noting is there's not a lot of big wicks on it. I mean, we've got a big wick on the last 5-minute candle, but outside of that, that doesn't mean there's extreme volatility other than today. We actually saw a pretty heavy dump. Market is built back. Obviously, the US Open that dumped the market. So they're just coming to the 2-bit karaoke. Yeah, 100%. You know, if we look on the daily candle, for example, today is as big a wick down as we've seen, which does tell us market dump. Momentum, however, though, is certainly coming back to us. The last time we saw a wick this big, we actually then pushed back to up to 97 and a bit. So, you know, maybe we sort of get this mover, maybe. Let's hope so, eh? Let's hope so. Man, Casey, you're having to work for your moderator tonight. There's lots of people coming in just being absolute choppers for some reason. I don't know why. Why is everyone being a chopper this evening? Need to chill out. Maybe Michael Saylor got rid of the 4-year cycle. Maybe. I mean, I don't know if he's going to buy anymore. I mean, he bought 13,000 Bitcoin last week, which is insane. He's been posting a lot on X recently, but yeah. Well, I mean, he probably will buy some more Monday, I think. Again, what are we looking for? You know, $96,000 close on BTC today would be bullish. Weekly above 95.5, I think is fair. 96K, close the daily, close the weekly. We're probably, it's still on. Do you know what I mean? The definite retest, upper range, still on. If not, then yeah, Goblin Town may be coming. All right, so let's see. Big fan of the trolls here. Let's see where we get to. I mean, if you were to look at this as well, Pico Peak, you know, we've kind of had a breakout on BTC there on the daily candle. I mean, you think about it. That is definitely a solid breakout. But yeah, we need to see. What do you think about gold and silver? Well, I mean, silver's been dumping aggressively over the course there. I mean, $90 has come in. So there's definitely still a bit of FOMO in there as well. But Damien, yeah, I know. Tell me about it. So definitely in a world where the silver gold situation could be pretty interesting. Remember, we were looking at this before. Why is gold and silver pumping? You've got FOMO and you've got banks and institutions buying an absolute crap ton of it. So yeah, the movements back in 2021 for BTC is good old days. Now maybe, we could overlay something really quick. Let's do Bitcoin, and then let's overlay gold. Oops. And silver. Well, let's take a look historically at what these did in the last move. So right, let's do gold. Needs to be gold style here. Look, where's gold? Is that? I mean, it's not really that goldy, is it? It's kind of orange anyway. We'll hash it out. And then we'll change silver. Needs to be white, really, doesn't it? Let's change silver to white. Oh, there we go. Perfect. All right, there we go. So there you go. So this is kind of where you look at in terms of a correlation of movement of price, which we can say generally has been there or thereabouts. I mean, I know a lot of people don't believe it, but the contrary to what we've seen, when we get a push up in BTC, we get a push down in gold and silver likewise, right? Okay, well, let's go back. What happened back in 2021? How did this all sort of play out in the markets back in the bull run of 21? Here we go. What did we see? That's the big question. All right. Well, let's see. Here we go. Look. So 2021, what do we get? Similar story. You get a dump in silver, dump in gold, push in BTC. Interesting enough, dump down. So we got a rally up here. Oh, this is kind of interesting. So look, silver back here in 2021. So bear in mind, these were Federal Reserve decisions as well. So we talked about this before. So you have a run up here in silver and a run up in gold, while Bitcoin wasn't really doing anything. Then we got the run up in Bitcoin. Consolidate, relatively similar kind of patterns. We get a dump then in commodities, dump in Bitcoin. And then we start to see a similar kind of pattern playing out here, look. So we get a similar pattern. We see them rally together. And then it is only recently that we've actually then seen BTC decouple. And it's not the best accurate graph, but we see it decouple and do the other way. So, we could be heading right now for a push up in, in gold and silver, and then maybe we sort of get it. Maybe that's how it plays out. Let's hope so, hey? Let's hope so. Does gold and silver indicate that we're about to see a move up in the market? Maybe. Maybe. Difficult one to be completely convinced about, though. We'll see. Bitcoin 95,400. So just cooling off a little bit. Would have liked to have seen this push a little bit harder, but hey, it is what it is. Griff, we're doing a lot. Our theme with all the goblin talk. Yeah. Yeah. A rotation out of gold and silver. Yeah, it would be great if we got that. Let's hope we do, by the way. I think this weekend could be pretty interesting. I think we could definitely see a little bit of rotation out there, and we could definitely see a sentiment change. That's probably what we want to see right now, I think. That's where I'd be at, is a sentiment change and a sentiment to be bullish versus not. Interesting enough, I don't know if anyone cares. Crusader signals, I'm not shilling this, but it's telling us it's a buy from the low range here at 94. Actually would have printed good news. I'm just really skeptical of anything that tells us buys or sell orders, because I feel that they are just delaying, and then they come up and they're like, oh yeah, well, we told you a buy, we told you a sell, and you're like, yeah, maybe you did now, but not so sure about it. Anyway, too bad as the ISM being stagnant for it's 2 years. I mean, stagnant, maybe. What can we look at? We can look at the 5 year. I mean, here's the 5 year on. Here's the 5 year on ISM. You could argue that it's not really done much since 23. I mean, go back. Let's do 10 years. What happened in 2021? Expanding ISM correlates perfectly to the Bitcoin market. Likewise in 2017. So the theory goes, if we see ISM tick up and start to push above 50, showing expansion in the manufacturing economy, then in theory, yeah, you would argue that the Bitcoin price probably comes after it, as it has done in history. But I mean, technically, you'd argue, yeah, since probably 2023, we've seen a pretty stagnant ISM. And since, tops of 21 May, we've just seen a pretty flattening or descending ISM. So, yeah, we'll see. Hopefully we get something. Hopefully not. I say we have about 2 weeks to a month before the big moves start. Ooh, interesting. I hope so. Let's have a great week. Let's do it. I'm down for it. I'm down for it. Go to sleep. Oh, man. Let's hope so. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of where we are. But yeah, liquidity is the one thing to look at. Let's go to Mike Bennett. Good to see you, buddy. That is definitely the thing to look at. Liquidity is the thing that will drive everything in this market. And, well, signs are pointing that liquidity's come in. We just need to get there and hopefully not see some huge dumps. All right. That's going to do it for tonight's live stream. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to be back Sunday. Obviously, I'm going to be off tomorrow, night off tomorrow. I'll have some content coming out. As always, that content will be dropping tomorrow. Remember, 11:30, you get a bit of a broad macro update, what's going on. Trying a few different things, just trying to see what works, really. So, again, it'd be great to get some feedback, support the channel, hit a like on it, all that good stuff. Likewise, TikTok, we'll be putting out some content as well. So, let's have a great weekend. I'm back Sunday night. Thank you so much for tuning in, as always. And I'll see you guys back here again on Sunday. All right, take care.